Good.
We
How's
are
it
good.
going, guys?
Hey,
Last day, you survived the con. Go ahead.
Have you had a good convention so far? Woo! Oh, yes. Always. So the way this is going to work, I believe it says in the program, we want to hear from these guys a little bit. Scott had a few questions he definitely wanted me to ask these guys to share their answers with you. And then we would like to hear from you. We would invite you up to share in little 30-second snippets, favorite moment from episode or just favorite whatever it is that this show has sort of meant to you. This is your chance to give some feedback, positive feedback, give some props and thanks to these guys and all the guys who work with them to make this show as special and awesome as it is. So, with that, without further ado, do you need us? I'm just making sure. Okay, so the question that Scott wanted me to ask to kind of kick this off. Obviously, we as fans see the finished product. We don't see all the hours of work that goes into making it. We don't get to see all of the hundreds of hands it passes through from beginning to end. Scott, and I'm certainly as well curious to know, challenging moments where things didn't always go to plan, and sort of how you dealt with those moments when they've come up in your time on the series and the films and so forth.
Jim has a good story to share.
it's maybe a good story.
Do you guys want to hear it?
I talked to Scott about this actually. Episode 702 this season. How the song came in originally. Not that the person did a poor job. I just wasn't happy with where it was, and thanks to our fun schedule, when we have to crank stuff out, I didn't have much time to fix it. So I basically had to re-storyboard the song myself in a day. So it was very stressful, and of course, with that much pressure, just like I'm thinking, people are going to hate it. It's not enough time, and I found out, coming here, people are saying I love the song. So I'm glad that it worked out very well, because sometimes it's just you never know what we're going to get. Basically, we get some stuff that's amazing. We get some stuff it's okay, but we want to make everything we do amazing to take it from here to here. So it was a stressful time, but it paid off, so that's good.
As a point of comparison, how long would the storyboarding stage usually take? In fact, can you walk us through what the exact process is from the time of the script being written to the time we see an episode air?
So each episode, if you follow Big Jim on Twitter, you know that there's 2 storyboard artists per episode, and they have 6 weeks to work on a storyboard. So that's for 22 minutes, so they're each doing about 11 minutes. After 2 weeks, we see their rough thumbnails, and we have a meeting with them and say, this is working, this isn't working, do some drawings, work it out. Then they have 4 weeks to clean it up, add backgrounds, add more poses, and whatnot. So, it's about, for 6 weeks, they're doing about 2 minutes a week. And then when you get a song in, songs are actually harder because there's way more poses. It's very active. That was, probably a minute and something song, and to have to do it in a day was kind of a bit overwhelming. But sometimes you just kind of have to forget life and bury your head in it and go. So,
what did you all think of that scene in the end?
I love it.
What did you all think of that scene in the end?
I love it.
Great setup, great conclusion.
Thanks. So, what about you? Any moments, particular challenges?
You know what? There's always challenges for every episode. Like talking about the process. I want to talk about the process a little bit. Like the scriptwriter come up with the premise. They're thinking the stories. We're thinking the big picture of the season and how we put it together each episode. So when the script is ready, after you write words on the paper, there's 2 teams. So the team of designers would take the words and then transfer them to pictures. And then at the same time, almost the same time, when the design's almost done, that's when the board artist as well transfer from words to pictures. They're visualizing everything. That's the huge important stage, right? From black and white to, pictures, and the picture, people moving, expressions and stuff. And then after the recording with the audience, with the actors, and that's when we put the designs and the voice and the pictures together to have an animatic. That's pretty much the blueprint of the episode. So before that, like Tim was saying, because we have a short amount of time to review the final storyboard, with like how the person would do, then you do the cuts and stuff. And then the turnaround is so quick, but it's such an important stage. We had to spend a lot of effort on that. And after that, it's like a post-production. It's like, okay, layout, posing, animation, and that sort of stuff. Hopefully, I didn't bore you guys.
They don't look bored to me.
Yeah, and then during the process of like storyboard, some reviews, that's why a lot of good ideas been bouncing around. Like good ideas bouncing around in the script. They come out with good writing, good funny jokes, but a lot of times when we're in the storyboard meetings or in our head, like I was talking about Big Mac, like Apple Jack's Never Lies. Like how does Applejack become so blunt, being so honest? Do you remember that episode? And then Big Mac was just like yada 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 the whole episode, and then he loves it, and it was like he usually just get a yup, nope. He's like I want more, and then was that your Applejack being too? Oh, that's the other episode.
Yeah, that's.
But anyway, that was super fun episode, and then there's a background. I don't know if you guys know. I remember when I was live tweeting the episode, I put the Shining two sisters in the background, and in the hospital hallway. That was such a short moment, but people caught it. I was like super happy, and then we didn't even build a character. It was just color, the flat, nothing. It was not even a character. It was just like two sisters in one split second, and that was it.
Well, the other thing you did in that one, a couple things, because we were talking about it in the room, was that we had Derpy with bandages on her eyes.
Yeah.
And also,
yeah, that was like
Filthy Rich's wife.
Oh yeah,
with a bigger nose.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys know the Filthy Rich's wife, because that was earlier time. Her nose was a little bigger, and then so now her nose is being surgerized. Now it looks more like a star. So that's more like an inside jokes in there for everybody. There's a little bit of everything we put it in, just so you have more than an episode to dig in from, in a way.
Are there any sort of sight gags or Easter eggs like that folks haven't caught yet? Because I know folks in the community will pore over these episodes frame by frame, looking for everything you throw in.
You guys find everything. We put it in. We're happy. We're like, we put it in here so tiny. Oh, they will find it. We're not. Oh yeah. I mean, I did say it in the other panel. In season 5, we kind of inject Starlight in the episodes throughout. So she's been watching Ponyville, what happened, and that's what causes the end. And there's one episode I know people hasn't caught it yet that I placed in there during the song, and it was so quick. Even I watched it, I was like, I know it's there because I put it in there. That was anyway. So far, nobody hasn't found it yet. It was in the middle of the song.
Middle of a song, season 5.
CMCs.
Song for the CMCs, season 5.
CMC song.
Starlight Glimmer appears. By the end of this panel, I expect one of you to have gone on YouTube, scrubbed back and forth, found that exact frame.
Yeah. But yeah, it was fun time to kind of inject those, even during the rough cut, like, oh, where can we put the Starlight Glimmer in there? Just to create that extra layer of fun in there. And in the office, we're like joking around, we work hard. We're joking around, bouncing around ideas all the time. And then when we have questions, we just ask the other two. Say, hey, what's your opinion on this? It's a fun environment, office. We can have, because I'm the only rare Asians in the office. So they I even pull out the racist jokes. It's okay. We do it. In a way, we've been working together for so long. We know each other for so much. it's okay. It's an animation studio. That's what we do. We crack jokes and then we just take it.
You do that in the office to make sure it doesn't make its way into the show.
Oh no!
yeah.
What happens in the office stays in the office. That's what it is. Yeah.
So we've talked about moments that have been very challenging for you. Are there any particular moments that you're especially proud of that just turned out beyond your expectations, beyond your wildest hopes?
No, I don't think. I mean,
You just hate the show, don't you?
even yeah,
He loves everyone.
I love
Yeah.
everyone. Even the ones where it's rough. I have such faith in our layout crew and our layout supervisors and stuff. Where I know that even if an episode's coming in here, I may be stressed about it, but somewhere in the back of my head, it always gets done. It always looks way better than when we started. I don't know how that happens. It's a lot. I mean, I know how it happens. It's a lot of work and blood, sweat, and tears. Sometimes you don't think it's going to happen. And sometimes it's, like I was talking at the brunch today about buckball. Buckball, when I went in to do the cut with the pictures for the animatic, was 3 minutes short. And I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get 3 minutes of content in this show. And somehow it happened, added some lines and whatnot, and it got all done, and we were at a time, and it was great. But it was a challenge for sure. So,
But even Bakbo, I remember the time before we invite Tim. It was me and Jim like reviewing the script. When that idea comes on, and Jim was like, because we're Flash experts, we're animators. It's like, is that doable for the episode? They're gonna be kicking the balls around, here and there. Gonna be showing the rules, spend a lot of time to explain.
yeah, because it's a new game, and nobody.
So there was a lot of back and forth to make that episode, and then he definitely finished it beyond expectations. And then I have one too. I have like a couple episodes on the top of during my brunch. I was talking to some fans. First one was the Gauntlet of Fire, the dragon one. Yeah. You guys like that one. So that one was challenged because I was saying we need a lot of dragons. We don't have dragons. We don't have enough dragons for the episode. So there's a lot of new content and new animation needed. So that was tough for the team as well. We don't have a lot of reuse library for that. And then the other one was Kathy was happy for the To Change the Changeling for Spike to sing that song. And you guys like that one. My goal, I even told my producer, was like, okay, I worked super hard on that one. I pretty much reboard the song as well. The song part is very particular in a way for directors. I think the reason why we reboard it, not because the board artist wasn't good enough, it's because it was off what we visualize, in a way. So a lot of the time, songs is really personal becomes how the picture works with the lyrics and then the melodies. I remember that was a tough one too. And then working with Kathy never sing. That was her first song. And then I can tell she came into the record, she was ready. She sings and I'm like, oh, Kathy can sing. Just push her a little more. That's it.
Yeah. But there's a song coming up in an episode which may or may not have aired somewhere else in the world. Also someone's first song. I didn't need to touch the board at all because the board artist did a ridiculous job on it, and it's one of the favorite things I've seen. So sometimes things work out great. Sometimes
it doesn't. And then we're at the end to fix it, right? That's why we have to fix everything that doesn't bridge the ideas nicely.
The buck stops with you.
Yeah. We're have to draw the lines on the dots. Yeah. So
from a purely technical perspective, I mean, the show started sort of 2011. It started airing, so 2010, 2009, 2010. Thank you. It was a long time ago, and it's been a long weekend. Obviously, that's 7, 8 years now. The technology available has advanced significantly, and one of the things that you hear about the show is how much you're pushing the envelope each season in terms of what you can do in Flash in these 22 minutes, what you can do in terms of effects. Have you run up against the limitations, do you think, or are there still boundaries that you can push?
We definitely
within the constraints of that tech.
Yeah, it's hard because Flash is such a simple program, and then what we're trying to do is it's hard. Sometimes it's a balance. It's like epic. What's epic? Means group shots. Group shots kills Flash. It's so heavy. The animator is like, I can't open that scene for 5 minutes. Like I had to wait for 5 minutes to open a scene. Right?
Yeah.
Remember all the group shots?
When you try to move somebody and it's like you move it and you're like,
You wait, da-da, 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 and nothing.
I'm gonna go
Get a coffee,
happens.
come back.
Yeah.
and it still hasn't moved.
It's pee time now.
So yeah, it definitely has its limitations.
But at the same time, because we're animators as well, so we know how to push limits in a way that people think, oh, that's crazy setup. How are you gonna get it done? I'm like, I know. Just ask me. I'll teach you how to do it. And then you can create that three-dimensional feeling in the limitation of Flash can do. For example, that I don't know if you're saying that to changeling when Spike fall into the tunnel and then almost fall at the cliff. I vision it. I can build that tunnel all the way, have the camera pass Spike and looking over the cliff in one continuous shot. And people are like, no, it's not gonna work. I'm like, no, it's okay. I already got it in my head. Just come to me. I dissect for you. So we built it properly. I told the background, and then it turned out.
it looked great.
Yeah, pretty
And
good.
it's true.
So-
People didn't think it was going to work.
No. Yeah, there's a lot of shots I create. People are like, no, it's not. It's okay. I can do it. Ask me. Yeah. The knowledge start on the animation. It's so long ago. So in a way, that's how we can push ourselves in a way. We have to try. A lot of times you have to try. If you fail, you can pull back a little bit, right? So if you don't try, how do you know?
And that's a good bit of advice in general, I think, for folks who are interested in the industry, wanting to break into the industry. Do you have any advice for them aside from the importance of trying even if you fail?
I said this the other day. Find people that you admire and you like their work and ask a lot of questions. There are no stupid questions. Everyone says it, but it's true. Keep working and keep drawing, keep making things move. Everything I learned from screwing things up. And sometimes I would screw things up on purpose just to see what happened when I screwed something up, because then I could see, oh, if I would have done it this way, this would be better. So I pushed things to the edge of this is going to be really bad, I know it, but I'm going to, it'll be fine. And that's how, for me, I learn from my mistakes. I try to make my mistakes early so that, I'm not up against a deadline. That's, planning, focusing.
But yeah, for me, there's a little story. Hopefully I'm not taking too long, Tim. I don't want to take your time.
No, I'll just wait.
You're famous here. For me, because I came a little later than they are, you started the industry a little earlier.
Because I'm old, yeah.
Well, we're pretty close. But I came to Canada, I was late. I came to Canada when I'm the age of 23. I had to learn English for 2 years on my own with my parents. And then I break into the industry. So it was super hard because I usually, when I was in Taiwan, I'm almost the young ones in the class, young ones in the group. And I'm like, I'm the baby boy. Everybody can take care of me. No problem. Not anymore. Now I'm the old dude. I'm the uncle. Everybody's younger than me. I'm like, oh, okay, I have to start taking care of everybody else. But it was a tough process for me because I had to learn English. I had to break into the industry. I worked super hard. And then that's what it is. I start right at the bottom doing cleanup artist, as some of you heard, and work my way up. And I never gave up. If you have a goal and you keep trying, you will get there. But don't give up and don't get dejected, because when you're dejected, people can feed off your negative energy. But when you're happy, you feel like you wanted it. People want to feeding with that positive energy, and they want to have you with them in a way. And that's what it is. We're both good team leaders. We're not just good, skilled people. We're leading the team that we love them, and then they feel being loved. They want to work with us, not for us, because we're always working together in a way. So that's what my advice to people who want to get into the industry. Just you know where you are, and we're training our eyes to see better, and that's why you can get better. I remember when I was working with him, our supervisor, which was still good friends right now, it would be circling my scenes when I hand it in, like over my hands, and then swear words all over with the big red letters. It's like, what the F is this? Go home or learn how to. Oh, at that time, it's okay. There's no HR, right? And then we learn from the hard way, and then it's okay because that's animation. If you did something wrong, someone blame on you, take it and learn it from there. And don't feel like, oh, it's personal. No, it's not personal. He's hired to do the job, and he's hired to make the job in a better place, right? When you improve, the show improve as well. So anyway, that's all I have to say.
So pushing each other to sort of the best that you can possibly
Yeah, it was really great environment. Like at the time we're working together, we'll be pushing each other. Like you share something. Hey, look at this animation I just did. It was pretty amazing. People don't come over. Oh, you can do this. No, that's not good enough. No, people give each other advices, friendly advices, and that's why friendship is magic. Thanks.
Well, on that note, and you mentioned the importance of asking questions, we're going to open it up for some Q&A. And also, if you want to give some positive 30-second feedback, talk about what your favorite moment was, and just thank these guys and their team for all of their hard work, please.
As long as nobody asks why the shows are airing in Canada early.
And just bear in mind, please don't ask questions about episodes that have not aired yet.
In US.
Yes, in the US. And if you want to introduce yourselves as you're throwing compliments at these guys, by all means, please do so. Microphone is there. Just go ahead and line up.
Well, my name is Manuel, and I want to thank you all for writing all of the best episodes. And well, I have a couple of questions if you have time. Was it a challenge to write like a musical episode?
Actually, you know what? Since we have Daniel Ingram, it's way easier. We all know how talented he is.
Yeah, I would say the biggest challenge about anything musical is that, like I mentioned, Buckball came in 3 minutes short. The finale for season 6 actually came in 5 minutes over. We had to cut 5 minutes out of it. The bad thing about a musical is the song length is the song length, and it's really hard to cut stuff because you can't. So it constrains you more with that. So for that reason, that's difficult. And usually there's a lot of crowds in songs. There's more poses, there's more acting. So it was a super challenging episode. That was Jim's, the Christmas musical was Jim's episode. But I know like that had a lot of revisions all the way through. It was hard for everybody.
Because the music and the instrumentation are also always recorded along with the dialogue many months in advance. You can cut a line of dialogue, but cutting music, you just can't.
Song.
Yeah, if it's 2.5 minutes, 2.5 minutes from the beginning to the end, and that was it. But I love musical videos because I come from graphic design background. I always want to make music videos. So when there is a song happening in my episode, I'm like, yeah, this is the best.
My second question is, did you enjoy doing the 100th episode?
Yeah, it's super fun. I love the idea because if the Simpsons did it, we have to do it too. Right?
Well, that was written by M.A. Larson, I think. So you're supposed to say how much you hated it and how terrible it was.
Yeah,
He's not here to defend himself, so you can say whatever you like about the writers.
We don't like him. The episode was good.
Thanks, M.A. Larson.
Yeah, seriously. That guy. Ugh.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you. Technical difficulties.
Thank you, Alex.
Thank you. Round of applause for Alex fixing the mic.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Does that work? Yes. Hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Hey, so there are two...
Name?
I'm James.
Hello, James.
Slick friend.
I can't see
Hello,
that far.
James.
I'm
You
blind.
love James?
Yeah. James Bond.
Everybody says that to me. Or James and the Giant Peach. That gets really old. So there are two particular moments from season 6 that like I've done some amateur animating myself, and there are two moments in particular that I really liked, and I guess want to hear your end of it. First is from the Christmas episode. When Pinkie Pie is singing the present song, that moment when she looks down at the, I don't know, Tiny Tim pony, what's his name, Featherweight, I think,
Yeah,
something like that, and she sings, "Sometimes there's something, something, something," like, like I like.
That was pretty good, eh, guys?
Thank you very much. I like I like how like the way her head kind of rotates back and forth, and it's done in Flash, and I kind of get how it works. It's 3D. It's like 2.5D almost. I like the way you kind of simulated the effect of 3D. The way she just lowering her eyes up and down. It looks like 3D, and I had to pause and look at that closely. I'm like, wow, just the smallest detail makes it look real. So. That was my first thing I wanted to bring up. Yeah, so that was really cool. Just
Thanks.
Thank you. That was we always try to push the in Flash feel like a lot of cartoons when you do a head turn, instead of head turn people just do this.
Yeah.
So in real life we don't do that. We actually turn. So your features turn.
You don't do that.
We always try to do that. Yeah. Right?
The second thing is in the season 6 finale. Bravo on that, by the way. Bravo.
Thank you.
By far my favorite moment was when Discord goes, "Oh, they took Fluttershy. Where?" Like, did you guys have any input on that moment at all? Because it was brilliant.
Oh, I don't.
No, I think it was just like a good moment, and then it was the finale was brought from like a really good teamwork putting it together. So
And having Discord in was great because his range is so good of emotion. He's just a funny guy.
yeah, but it was also like I can't remember who decided it to have that like a no magic moment, right? That was when okay, we can make a Changeling's hive. It's a no magic, zone for anybody else, and now it creates another layer of challenge. Otherwise, if Discord in there, just where is the challenge? The episode will be down in like 30 seconds, right? Changing hive, gone. There you go. See you later. Bye. Yeah. So that was a good concept to cap the journey and keep everybody on the toe, and how to solve problem without magic. I thought that was the best way to describe it.
Yeah, definitely. Looking forward to the rest of season 7. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
As an aside, with Discord, how much of his sort of antics and the sight gags with him are written into the scripts, and how much of that is
My God.
were you playing around and realizing, hey, we can do it in this way because it's Discord, we've got carte blanche for it?
Go for it.
I mean, I would say maybe half is in the script, and the rest is. I mean, it's a collaboration between some of the board artists. We tell them just have fun, and sometimes you get stuff back, and you're like, oh, that's hilarious. I never would have thought of that.
And that's make it better.
Yeah.
We always push Discord's gags, and then he can do anything, right? And it's hard because a lot of gags being done. We have to come up with the new ones, and that's the challenge now. Yeah, well, he is great. He pushed himself in the record. Well, like that's a great route. He's like, wait a second. Can I go back to line 103 and let's do that again? I have a thought there, and he's been fantastic. Never let us down.
Go ahead, please.
Good afternoon.
I,
Good
All
afternoon.
right, I'm not sure.
You are?
Good afternoon. I am Brandon, and my question for you is, how often does Flash crash on you? And if it does crash often, how often? Well,
it's
Sorry.
not actually now. It's not so bad.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it was awful.
Flash 8.
Yeah,
I've-
Flash 8.
I've heard horror stories.
Yeah, like I have when I would animate, I would have my finger on Control S, and I would work, and I would just be doing this without even thinking about it because I would always be saving, and then it would crash. Sometimes like, oh man, I think I lost 3 hours worth of work, and it's like I lost 20 seconds because I'm just doing this. But it would crash all the time. Now I haven't had a crash
Yes.
for a while.
I think since the invention of Flash CC and what's it called now? Animate? Adobe Animate. they can handle bigger files. Just so you know, I learned this from our IT. When we have a computer, is quad core. Do you guys know what quad core is? Of course, you guys know. Flash 8 was designed to take one processor only. So it doesn't matter how many core you have, it's only using one. That was why it crashes so often. It couldn't split the energy to the other processors. And that's why the CCs are way better, because you can use whatever your machine's capacity.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Hello.
Hi,
Hi.
my name's Nathan.
Hello.
First off, I just want to say thank you to all the guests of honor for coming out this weekend, allowing us to give a little appreciation back to those that have given this fandom so much.
Oh, of course.
And I would just like to say the main thing I love about this show is that it can still sort of make my jaw drop with how good certain moments can be. Possibly my favorite episode is from season 5 in the main attraction with Countess Coloratura.
Oh, yeah.
And it really threw me for a loop when I realized it was an Applejack episode. But the interaction between the two worked so well. And then the music in there, particularly her last song, The Magic Inside, it completely floored me.
Yeah.
With just how good this show, even after all these seasons, can still be. It just shows that everyone is still working so hard to make it the best.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm very appreciative of that. I hope, some people say they don't want it to go too long. They don't want to go Simpsons. Go for as long as you want. There will be those of us who will appreciate it. So,
Yeah, when you have strong characters like what we have.
Yeah.
Right?
So just want to say thank you all very much.
You're welcome. Thank
You're
you.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey.
So I'm Cameron, and I just wanted to say two things quickly. First off, thank you so much in season 6 for both the Spike episodes, Gauntlet of Fire and the Changeling one.
Both
It's-
Denny.
Danny. Okay.
No, everybody. Come on.
Yeah, because
What?
not to say
Teamwork.
anything- yeah, not to say anything bad about previous ones, but admittedly, before those, we hadn't had really any Spike episode that really stood out as oh, this is amazing.
I agree.
And then we got 2 in one season, which was fantastic.
Right. Thank you.
Now, for actual question, I know you guys have been asked this probably 100 times already, but
Okay.
has there been anything in any episode you've done where you had something you absolutely love, like a moment or a thing you thought up of that was absolutely beautiful, and then it just simply did not work, so you had to either cut it completely or retool it quite a bit so it wasn't what you had previously wanted it to be?
Do you have any? I have to think.
No,
to think.
I usually, if I love something that much, I will fix it
You have thought
myself
to
as
keep
much
it-
as I can to keep it in there.
keep it,
Like if
yeah.
I have to reanimate the scene myself, if it's wrong, if I love it that much, I'll do it to do that. So I haven't had to cut anything yet like that.
Yeah, usually if we love the stuff that much, we can convince everyone that this is gonna work. And then if anyone had ideas, we can probably change directions to keep the same idea to make it work. But to say like a specific moment, it's kind of hard because every moment they're our babies, right? Like we love them, every one of them. So
Thank you very much, and continue the great work.
thank you.
Thanks.
Hello,
Hi.
I'm Fauna.
Hello.
I just want to say some of my favorite, just in general, moments from the show are characters basically losing their minds over ponies they admire, like Rarity and Trenderhoof, Rainbow Dash with the Wonderbolts, Scootaloo in general. It just, for lack of a better word, really humanizes them. Really gets a feeling that they have actual character and personality, and you've really thought out who they are as an actual being. And I was also wondering, is there anything in the show that you've ever deliberately left open for the fans to theorize about?
I believe there are always some stuff, but a lot of times when the crew is like, oh, you gotta leave this for the fans. in a way, I have to say I love how the fans respond and stuff. A lot of times when decision comes to like that, I'm asking myself, is this show good enough to present to the fans? It's to myself. Like it's a challenge to myself, not to say I'm making a show for everybody, but I'm making a show to make sure I'm doing 100% of what I can in a way. So is that kind of vague?
I mean, I've done I've done funny things that I thought, I wonder what the people are going to think about this. Like when I did layout on 204 Cutie Pox, I put a foal in that I recolored to look like Derpy and crossed its eyes a bit, and because I didn't know what people were going to think. Will they even see it? I mean, this is early on season 2, and just things like that. Like, will somebody see it? What will they think about it? Who knows? But yeah, like nothing like major, no major plot things.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And for folks who've walked in a little bit midway through, this is just open Q&A and also offering feedback and thanks to these directors. And if we have any kids in the audience, let's make sure that they get front of line privileges. Go ahead.
Hello, good sirs. My name is Patrick.
Hi, Patrick.
I have a few questions. I'll try to keep them short and to the point. My first one is, why did Pony Flash Sentry get a cameo in a season 4 episode, but in 5 and 6 we do not see him at all?
Oh, those are all like talk about story plots and who appears in what season. That is pretty much like a Hasbro decision. That decision was not entirely up to us.
Yeah, and it has to fit in with the scripts.
Yeah, we can only give enough suggestions of what's happening, but the final decision is up to the network, right? It's really not to us.
It's kind of funny, given how many times we've actually been to the Crystal Empire since 4. Anyway,
Yeah.
another one is, why did Zecora get relegated to non-speaking roles?
Zecora?
The zebra, yes?
Yeah, non-speaking. I thought she speaks.
She did not speak in season 6 at all. She made a couple cameos but did not talk at all. In 5, she had only one 3-minute scene where she spoke.
Well, you know what? Everybody take turns of, if like Tim was saying, if the story fits, then it's your time to speak. If the story doesn't need it, then you just stay in the background and being who you are. And eventually the time will come again. That's what it is.
And another one. Did the Sirens have a heavy influence for the upcoming film, given the fact that sea ponies are going to be one of the main focus points?
I know nothing about the
Movies.
The movie.
Yeah.
That's all Jason.
Yeah, we're exclusive. The movie is such a confidential project. It's a huge project for Hasbro. So
Yes.
even we are excluded. And we're so busy for making the TV shows. So
All right.
Thank you for your questions.
Thanks.
Hello.
hi.
My name's also Patrick.
Oh, Patrick too. Oh, sorry.
How many Patricks do we have in here, just out of curiosity? Another one back there. Any questions?
Nice.
No?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just wanted to say that it's really interesting. I started watching the show around season 4, and just how far it's grown with just everything, with the fan base, with all that. Like, I was at the auction, and just seeing some stuff like that from the auction inspired me. Like this is not the banana that sold for $100. This is
Who would have bought that
banana that got thrown into an audience afterwards.
My brother-in-law bought that banana.
So
I'm so sorry.
I've been having people, a lot of brony people, and like Saberspark and other people. I track them down. I mean, that's not as creepy as it sounds. And I have them sign this. So I was wondering if either now or afterwards you'd like to sign this banana.
Sure.
All right.
Alex, you gonna grab? Do you have a pen later? Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank
No
you.
problem. Good luck with that banana. In 7 days.
Hi. I am one of the dozens of Alexes here, and I'm from Vancouver. But the not as great Vancouver in the opposite direction.
Oh,
Have you ever heard of it?
Vancouver, Seattle.
As I'll spew compliments as I'm trying to frankly come up with a question. Season 7 is kicking up strong, very strong. I love it so much. I am
Thank
there.
you.
I'm
Thanks.
thoroughly caught up on all the episodes, and I'm not going to give anything away. But my favorite one is number 7. Number 7, and I've noticed that we have a lot of new writers in this season 2 that are doing a good job.
They got really tired of Larson.
Yeah.
Sorry. He's not here. I have to give him word I can't say because they're false.
he may or may not come back one day.
Oh, really?
Don't get your hopes up.
Oh.
Yeah. Josh Hamilton's pretty good. And I think, isn't he from Avatar? I heard someone told me
not
he was
sure.
from Avatar.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay. One of my biggest interests in the studio visionary thing is what I like to work on at home. If you've ever heard of Source Filmmaker, I like to mess around with all like visionary, not really animating or setting models or anything. It's more visionary, like camera movements, fading in and out, light going bright, something you would see in like movies or music videos, make it more theatrical looking. And there's a couple of that in the show, like from the testing 1 2 3 while Pinky does the rap video, or Coloratura's Countess Coloratura music video things, like cool fancy stuff like that.
Lady Gaga, I like.
Yeah, all like the flashy lights and the cool streams or stuff. That's pretty
Lasers,
cool. That's the stuff I like to work on. Any more of that coming out of the show is very. Ooh, I like to see that. That's cool. I like what that looks like. So I just like to make that note.
Awesome.
Great.
Still haven't thought of a question, so I'll just leave it at that. So thank you all for your very hard work, and I very appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thanks very
guys
much.
do good.
Thanks for watching.
Hello, my name is Alex.
Hey, Alex.
Yes.
And
Who's
I mean, don't get me wrong, the show is perfect, but I kind of noticed there's some errors, like continuity errors and animation errors. I mean, like, how do you determine like which error you fix and which error you leave in and hope the audience doesn't notice?
We usually, in order of like which one's the biggest screw up, is the ones that get fixed first. We're all human. We're all going to make mistakes, and also some people who work on the show are new and they don't know certain things. And sometimes I'm too busy watching this side of the screen. You don't notice like, oh no, that happened over there. Yeah, so things get definitely slip by us. If we could catch them all, we'd love to catch them all. We also, we're gonna get all the bronies to do QC calls. So,
And I really, like I say this again, like a lot of times it's no mistake, it's happy accidents. Sometimes we left in there because the accidents, the happy accidents becomes a character, even it's a background character.
yeah, that was
right?
a total accident.
It happens like that. So, and it's a good way.
It was one of the 2 episodes we watched on Saturday during the
Yep.
live commentary panel. One of you caught, noticed, was it a pony standing who had been sitting in the previous shot and then standing again?
Oh, it was me. I caught the bear was like standing in the background, and then the next shot he's like sitting with everybody else.
Yeah.
And it's okay. You know what? Before I pointed out, no one will probably ever notice, right? But that's the thing. Like you don't need to pick every little single details because does it matter? No, it doesn't. We cut away. The bear can sit down. No
He's
problem.
just a really fast bear. Just
Yeah. It's in the cartoon world. Yes, it can be fast.
Thank you.
You're
Thanks.
welcome. Hey, Alex.
That's 3 Alexes in a row.
Wow, really?
Sure you're not
okay.
Patrick?
We're all filling out our bingo cards, right? Because that's 3 Alexes and a
Maybe we
Patrick
should.
here, Patrick there.
Just,
Raise hands.
Oh,
Raise
there's,
hands,
oh,
Alexes.
there's more than Patrick. Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Cool.
Anyway, so after going through all the episode titles on Wikipedia, I realized that I absolutely love the noir style of Rarity Investigates.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember it was me and Jason. That's when Jason got busy. I was taking over. And then we had a... You know what the battle was? It's the black and white sections.
Yeah.
We had different thoughts of the black and white sections than the client. And then we have to really tell them and to get it down for them to believe that our thoughts of the black and white sections works for a Rarity's character as a investigate. But it turned out good, right?
Oh, yeah.
All
Oh,
her
yeah.
character in the black and white, that mimics the original kind of like the references that we're looking for. So
Yeah, it looks
Super
excellent. And also, and Sabrina's boards are also amazing on
yeah,
it.
as always.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
Talking of those style shifts, I'm also thinking of the episode, is it Mystery on the Ponyville Express? When they're doing the Rashomon sort of flashbacks and each one is in a different style.
You like that?
I particularly like that. But
Yeah, I love it. Oh, before you ask a question, I have something to share that we talked about earlier.
Please.
There's a moment for the 100th episode. Is it 100? I think so. It was, you see the horse heads?
Yes.
Picture. So I have a story to tell.
Please.
We as a director, when I got on, everybody bought the 4 horse hats. Jason got the white unicorn. James got the brown horse. And then Ishii, director for Equestria Girls, got the zebra. And then Katrina's got the pink horse. Of course, she's the only female. So what's left? So she said, they're like, you need to get your horse head. So I went to the store next to our studio. What's left? I couldn't buy another white unicorn. That's Jason Thiesen's. So what's left is a zombie horse head. With this side of the face completely exposed, like teeth and gums and bones. So I'm like, okay, I got my horse head, perfect. And they're like, there's an opportunity. Let's go across the street, take a picture so we can put it in the scene. So original picture with me having the zombie horse head in there, and then Hasbro said, great, you can have one for that picture, but they didn't know who's underneath the horse head. But that zombie has to go. So I'm like, bummer, and then took all of them effort. They had to put their head again. That was like after a week. And then they had to go to the alley, take another shot without a zombie head. So
Will we ever get to see the original uncut zombie head shot?
No, we can't.
No? Alas.
Well, because you didn't want to scare the kids, right? So they have their concerns.
Oh, that was the zombie episode was scarier before we had to tone something back. There was it works. There was the whole section with the zombies was all kind of like in Walking Dead style with filters all over it, and it got pretty. Yeah, I could see why they did it. I'm not complaining about it.
But it still worked, really.
Yeah, it's still. Yeah.
But that's the thing. A lot of things in director's mind, it's really strong. This is what I want to do. But in clients, they have other consideration that we don't know.
Yeah.
Right, and that's why our team, we talk about it, we communicate and bring it together.
Yeah, we try to push it, and then they tell us when that's enough.
Yeah.
Which is good.
Yeah. Okay, your question. Sorry, that was a long story. I just want to share.
So representing for the Patricks here again.
Hello.
So I know you can't go into any spoilers, and I'm not going to ask you about anything, but of the episodes that have not aired yet, if you had to pick one that everybody absolutely needed to watch, what number would it be?
Without the air ones?
The unaired ones.
Well, I can't talk about it.
You could say the number.
Yeah, just tell us which one you think everybody needs to watch.
Okay. For me...
Don't say Jim's.
Yeah, just
all right.
1 through 24 of season 7.
He say on air ones that hasn't aired.
Yeah.
So I have what's the show just aired? 707?
706.
I just 9 already. Jeez.
Yeah, it was
slow
yesterday.
down, Canada. Usually we're the slow ones. Oops. I would say after halfway.
So it's gonna be in the-
I have to tell you guys, it gets better. That's all I can say. It gets better.
I might like an episode that somebody just said, but I don't remember what they said.
It gets better. It's a strong season. Yeah.
Somewhere between 13 and 26. The back half, you think, is stronger than the first half?
It's very strong.
And people are enjoying the first half so far, right? So
yeah.
Oh yeah, it's that's a guarantee from Danny Liu.
I think one of the things about season 7 that I really enjoyed is that the script editors came up and met with us, and we all did a big whiteboard with pony names and like, we need an episode with Applejack. What's it going to be? And we said the dumbest things, and then it turned into something, and it was like collaborative between everybody, and it was easier to work with the episode for us because we had at least a little bit of say in coming up with it. So we were on board. We didn't get anything where it's like, that idea is really weird. I don't like that, because it's part our idea. So,
thank you.
Thank you. And Patrick.
James.
I know.
And the giant peach.
Hi again.
Hello.
Hi, James.
What was my question? Oh yeah. So, I'm a huge fan of, brony critics on the internet, particularly Silverquill, Dr. Wolf, and Josh Scorcher. And, they go really in depth and very, very in depth on, their thoughts on the story and pretty much everything in each episode. They provide a lot of constructive criticism. Do you guys watch that or take that in at all?
I've watched a few, and then I had to really say everybody's entitled of their opinions. I agree and disagree of their opinions sometimes.
Have you ever
sometimes
taken any
they're
advice?
bang on, sometimes they're completely off. But then I had to say, because we, like being a president, I had to say, democracy, that's what democracy is coming from. You create a policy that satisfies more than 50% of the population, you succeed already, right? You can't satisfy every single person, and that's communist, right? That's what it is. So we're in a democracy. Everybody's entitled, freedom of speech. They can express their opinions freely.
Have you ever found any videos where a critic would say something and you think, oh, that's a good point? And did you ever take that advice?
Usually, the episode already passed and stuff. So there's some good ideas, and usually, we really gone through a huge process of thinking. So usually the people are mentioning, we kind of went through that process already. So not to brag, but yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
Do you have anything to add?
No, I don't. I refuse to watch that stuff.
Really?
I just don't want to be influenced by anything. Like, I want to make what I think is a good product, and then, yeah, because I find if I listen to that, at the end of the day, I might say that didn't work out, and I wouldn't have done it if it wasn't for Dr. Wolf. But I want to blame myself for all my mistakes, so I don't want to be influenced by anyone.
I really wish he were in the room right now when you said that. That would have been beautiful.
But even sometimes when I do live tweet. That's what Jason told me. It's the fun part having on Twitter. When I tell inside stories as the episode streams, and I can see people's responses right away. But I'm in us seeing the bigger picture. I know when you're watching 3 minutes of the episode, you're like, boring. What's next? And then I'm just wait, because we have to control the tempo of the episodes. It's like writing music, singing a song. You build up as you go. Act 1, 2, 3. Teaser, and then seeing as a whole for us. That's satisfying. If you're judging too fast, then hopefully at the end it will change your mind.
Yeah. All right. Thank you.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
And I think we've got time for one more question or comment, unless there is anyone else who would like to chime in, ask questions, or throw compliments at our two directors.
You're beautiful.
That was
Timmy is beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, you have to be, of course, Alex or Patrick, otherwise we just...
I am that boy.
Perfect. You get 2 questions.
Or Patrick's.
Please go ahead.
I just want to say thank you for coming, and I hope you had a great time here.
Really
Thank you.
good time. Thank you. Oh, thank
that
you.
was good. I think we'd like to make a character called an Alex Corn.
Alex.
Oh, thank you for your staff's work, by the way.
Yes, you guys have been
so
great.
much. And thank you for all the fans being here, support. Without you guys, like I say again, without you guys, we wouldn't be here.
We'd be home drinking.
And eating, well, I wouldn't be, but I'll eat potato chips.
That seems like a perfect note to end things on. So if we can get a huge round of applause, please, for our two directors, Tim Stubbe and Denny Liu. And a huge round of applause for the staff and all the volunteers who've been working so hard to bring you this amazing weekend.
Yeah, super good. And thank you.
I believe we're going to have closing ceremonies in here in about half an hour, if that's accurate. If that's not accurate, consult your conbook, because that has better information than I do for you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, everyone.